Who's the crazy lady going around Salem drugging everybody? We are breaking it down for you right here on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where we give you a full recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my chocolate twin.
I'm back, bitches. It's me, James Lott Jr.
And, of course, we have the ever so beautiful.
Hi, everyone. Tami Goveia.
And shout out to Michael Mattis, who is celebrating his in-laws' anniversary.
Yeah, birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He is off somewhere gallivanting, eating good, and taking pictures.
That is
Because
him.
that is the life of Michael Mattis. If you are tuning in live, thank you so much. Make sure you share this link with all of your Days fans and all the Days forums so that all of your friends and fans of Days can come in and chit-chat with you during this live recap. Also, if you are listening to us on iTunes, make sure you give us a shout, give us 5 stars, and also a little comment down at the end to let us know how much you love this show. And also, if you are a huge fan of soap operas, today we have the GH Report happening, and rising from the dead, we have the Bold Breakdown coming to you.
Hallelujah.
Yes, let's come back.
Brought to you by our very own Tami Goveia and James Lott Jr.
The dead, I like that. I like that. I like that.
And that is all the announcements here from the pulpit. I just realized I haven't seen you in like forever, and I just
know.
act like I saw you yesterday. It's because we talk so much.
We talk all the time. And
That's what it is.
I was going to come in and hug you and see you, but you didn't get
You
here.
know I wasn't here.
Yeah.
You know I don't show up. But
Much.
you look good, though. All the
Thank you.
pounds that you lost, girl, I gained.
Everybody in the chat room thinking. I just want to say something really quick because I always come back and have something to say, of course. The last show I did with you guys was the night before Bell's palsy happened, and that was 8 months ago. You guys, 8 months ago. So I'm so happy to be with my home, my family,
Yes.
with you guys, and it's my 4-year anniversary at AfterBuzz.
Yes.
So I want
Yes.
to thank Tony Moore, of course.
It's all your fault.
If it wasn't
fine.
that trip and being out.
Yeah,
honey.
you went out of town. You went to do a fan event. You were hosting one, right? No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first
In
time
Canada, right,
was
the first time. It was Canada.
First time was Canada, and then Australia.
Yeah, Australia. So he was gone. So they wanted to get another black man in here. So it was me.
And someone who looked as close to me as
Yes.
right.
And James was only available.
Hey, no, back then we both had shaved heads.
Oh.
We did. Remember back then we did
I've
have
seen
shaved
those
heads.
early pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We did kind of look twinish. But I want to thank everybody. Just everybody, thank you so much for DISHIN Days fans are just like the best fans of all of my followers and fans. You guys have just stuck with me through this whole ordeal. Yes, I'm 65 pounds lighter. You guys have been so encouraging, and it's been a tough time for me, but you guys have been there for me from the beginning. And so thanks to Mark J. Freeman, Peter Ramos, who was the original host, and this chick over here who checks on me all the time too, Miss Tami Goveia, and Michael Mattis, and thank you everybody, and everybody at AfterBuzz
got
TV,
it?
of course.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, James.
Thank you.
Well, what'd y'all think about this week?
Oh, well, I think we kind of agree.
It
It was a little quiet, except
Yeah.
for the center action. Yeah, not a whole lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah, it got towards the end of the week. Got a little more. The pacing got a
Yeah,
little
Wednesday,
more.
Thursday, and
yeah,
Friday.
Yeah,
We're like,
it was,
yes.
Yeah, it wasn't an exciting week, but it was a pleasant week. I was fine with it.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it. Things got wrapped up.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know me, just a fan with open arms.
That's
and was
right.
just taking in information this week.
Yes.
Because I think this week was like, we're dropping hints.
Yes.
And you got to pick them up.
Yep.
And
Leaving a trail.
I was picking them up. I was like,
Yes.
Ah.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get down to it. It's now time to start
DISHIN
Days. Tamala?
Oh, I thank you.
Set it and forget it.
Yes.
Bum, bum.
We forgot that cue for Josh.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
Josh.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Josh in the booth
Yes,
who is
Josh in the
joining
booth.
us.
Yeah.
Steve was like, listen, y'all got too much going on. I gotta rest.
You need a rest. Yes.
All right, let's get into our biggest storyline this week, which was Ben,
Yes.
Sierra, Jordan. First off,
Yes.
I'm going to say it again.
Say it.
Y'all stop blaming Ben for everything.
I know. I agree.
Like, the poor boy didn't even have time to process how Charlotte's blanket and Sierra's phone got into his room before he was being accused of kidnapping Sierra and baby Charlotte.
That's because of Cray Jordan.
Well, but also, I was also kind of like, there was a moment where, like, when Hope and Eli came to Ben's room and they just started searching through his stuff,
Yeah.
I was like, y'all ain't got no search warrant?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all just gonna go, like, looking around and snooping around and
Yeah.
all this kind
Right.
of
And
stuff?
I just felt sick. I wasn't expecting the planted phone and blanket, so
Right.
that
Yeah.
was a really cool twist. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't see that coming.
Which explains what Jordan was doing there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just felt just made me sick to my stomach. You know, when he pocketed the phone, I could feel the angst and the banging on the door. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
But you know what? The only person in this whole situation that had a true cop's intuition was Eli.
Was Eli?
He was like, something's not right about this. Like, something's not
Yeah.
adding up. And he even kind of looked at Hope like, girl, I hope you right about this.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm looking at the equation and
I'm being logical about this. I'm doing my job.
carry the 1, 8 equals.
Right, exactly, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like, he was like, something is just not
And then when he
adding up.
played the recording, the voicemail,
Yeah.
when Ben's calling Sierra, it's like, I don't know where you are, but I'm going to find you. And he's like, Kamish.
Right.
Yeah.
Kamish.
He was like, that sounds like a guy who's super worried about, you know, her and not someone who has like kidnapped her and knows where she is.
So I have a question
Yeah.
for y'all and for
Okay.
the fans.
Yes.
The kind of connection, you know, Ben was seeing Sierra and
Yeah.
having these conversations with her, and Sierra
Was seeing
Ben and having these conversations with him. Do you think that's possible in life to have that kind of connection with someone?
I would say yes. But the connection
Yes.
trying to make sure sound
Yeah.
devices are
Yeah.
away. I don't know what that is, just a buzzing.
Yeah.
I will say yes, it is possible to have that kind of connection because my mom and I have a very strong connection. Because we're like brother and sister. And there have been times where like I have thought something and my mom has said it. Or like this one time, I'll never forget this. I was out bowling with friends and I was like, y'all, maybe we should go back to my house and order a pizza. And I literally said that out loud. And 1 second later, the phone rang and it was my mom. And she was like, hey, I'm about to order a pizza. Do you guys want some? And I was like, yeah. Just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, when we need to call each other, like one of us will actually do it and go, oh my God, I was just about to call you. Like it happens. Anyway, all that to say yes. But I also think, you know, soaps have drawn in on those strong connections. Every time something has happened, somebody is in the dungeon or somebody's locked up in a secret room
Yep.
or some identity or they locked up in, you know, buried alive or something like that. They've called out to the person that they truly love and then all of a sudden they're like, so-and-so's in trouble. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So
it's
like
almost
that's
kind
always
of an
happened.
intuitive,
Yeah.
telepathic kind of
So-
instinctual thing.
So when Ben was telling that to Hope, I thought if anyone, she would understand that because her and Bo always had a very strong connection like that.
I didn't even think about that.
And so when she kind of disregarded it, I was like, oh, so you just want to act like he's off his meds.
Right.
Oh, so you just want to act like he just pretending. Oh, but when you was locked up in the cage over a
Right.
bowl of acid
Oh my
and
God.
didn't die.
I remember that.
So
That
you
acid,
didn't.
I remember.
You know what I mean? So you didn't. Okay. So Bo felt nothing.
I remember that. I was so
I'm just
sad when
saying.
she died. I was so sad. To answer your question, I'm going to do it the same way Tony did. So first, it's a great plot device
Yeah.
for soaps.
And it's always been,
Yeah, and it's really building the sin. It's building it. It's a great way to build it, to show that. So I think it's a great thing. And really, I'm a twin, so we have a connection that's telekinetic anyway. We kind of, I'll think I'll see her, and then all of a sudden she's calling me, or I think I see her. She thinks she sees me, and then I call her, and she's like, I thought I just saw you the other day. I mean, I just saw you a second ago over at the store, but it wasn't you. And I was like, yeah, I don't live near you, so not me. And so I do believe in times we've had some rough times in my family in the last couple of years. We have done that several times,
Yeah.
where we come to each other, called each other.
Like you said, it's a very common plot in soap operas. However, there is truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
There is truth to it, and that's what I loved. It wasn't cheesy.
Yes.
It wasn't cheesy
No, it wasn't.
for me at all.
But it's a great plot device for them. I think it's because they're slow. The one thing that I think Ron is doing really well is he's really slow building these characters, this couple. He's really slow building them. And I
Yeah.
think it's a great job. Great job, Ron.
Yeah. So
Now, further on this storyline, I have to applaud Kate. I felt like we saw a glimpse. You've mentioned this on the show several times. I watched the show, of course, from home, and you said it a couple times. I feel like we're missing the old Kate. I feel like this has been a mealy mouth Kate, and just kind of like a Kate that's just like not a Kate of her former self.
Yeah.
Finally, she was like, "No, this don't look right."
I love the dance between her and Jordan. Like Jordan is trying to get out of my way, and Kate just kind of steps in front of her.
And homegirl has had like 20 children, so she knows diaper rash. She knows what diaper rash is. I've had all these kids. I know what diaper rash is.
And she knows when someone's lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She knows Jordan.
And Jordan was all like, "I have a scar on my arm," which is like, okay, so now you got a scar on your neck. Why didn't you say it was for the scar on your neck? Like, and then Kate was like, "Well, show me your arm."
Yeah, she did. She was like,
and then she was like, "You know what? Nope. I don't believe this. You got too many supplies. You're the one that's doing all this."
Well, no, she said she was convinced that she was an accomplice to Ben.
Yes.
She never said, Jordan, you're doing it.
Yeah.
She was convinced, I think, that Ben.
Now, here's my thing.
Okay, probably what I'm thinking. Tell it.
In the 54 years of Days of Our Lives.
Tell it.
You should now know rules.
Yes.
One, you don't tell somebody what you're about to do.
Yes.
You walk away, making them think that they got away with it, and then you do your business. Why Kate told Jordan, I'm going to call the police, proceeded to turn her back around and not pay attention. I would have said, I'm calling the police.
Right. Exactly. Hello.
And just stare at you right in your face. And she right here. She is 5-something with her hair up with a black dress. And I
gotta go because she's got a needle.
Yeah, right.
She's lunging at me with a needle.
Because here's where the gag is. And here's also where I rewinded it because I just love this part. Let me see this pen right here. Yeah. Jordan is like standing. Jordan is standing there, right?
With groceries.
Handful of groceries.
Yes,
she's like,
girl, I know. She's like, really? All right.
Listen, I just gotta. Where's the neck?
Exactly.
And I'm like, she had enough time to roll her eyes now I gotta get this bitch. Now I gotta put the groceries in. Now I gotta find this, and now I gotta and I was like, rewind. And I just watched that moment because if anything, Jordan looked so aggravated, now I gotta set all this stuff down. Now I gotta pull out the drugs, and now I gotta step. Now I gotta deal with this.
Like you were so annoying.
Right.
I was like, oh my
that was my biggest
goodness.
problem too.
But also, Jordan was walking around with those needles like they were like those EpiPens.
I'm telling you, it's kidnapping and injections. I
don't know where all these people get these drugs from.
And obviously, Gabby Hernandez is really full of herself and kind of stuck in her own world. But it's like, Kate's being dragged around the Horton Square and just like, oh, it looks weird, but okay. She's drunk, okay.
I think the thing about it was Kate is known to be a lady who drinks.
Yes.
But she's
never
not
known
a
to be a
sloppy
lush.
drunk.
No,
exactly. She's never sloppy.
But what I liked was that I felt like Days said, we're going to give this information to Gabby.
Yeah.
So that then she can give to Rafe, so that the storyline kind of carries on with the necessary people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's hilarious. It's just kind of really funny. It's just like just dragging her around. Just like her eyes aren't even open. Usually when you're drunk, I've heard. Sometimes you slur and things happen. But it's like she was the bitch was knocked out.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm like, enjoy it. Go on, Chriselle, dragging Lauren Kozlov around.
Exactly.
I was like, that was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh my god!
Gabby was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Bye."
Yeah, but then she was like, "That looked a little weird,"
right.
And she told that to Rafe, and it was enough weirdness for Rafe to go and check.
He was like, "Jordan and Kate together." He's like,
something right.
Now, folks, you have to remember, he left Kate for Jordan.
Exactly.
And I said this to them when I interviewed them on Day of Days several years ago. I interviewed both of them and I said, I liked Rafe and Kate together, and their scenes in the hospital afterwards, I was like, yes.
Such a connection.
Oh my God.
I know. I thought the
same
thing.
He could play with her a little bit, and just like, if anything happened to you, the world would be a lot less interesting without you. And I was like, yes.
Oh.
Like, hello, like, screw Rape and Hope. Hope.
There you go. That's a new
Shady
show.
Sunday. Shady Sunday. I'm bringing shade. I'm bringing shade back today. Trust me.
Complete shade. Mm-hmm. Well, then back at the
ranch.
Back at the ranch. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
First, Jordan drags Kate back to her room, makes it look like an attempted suicide. Heads back to the cabin to finish up Sierra. Lights the cabin on fire. Which, by the way, she lit the cabin on fire, grabbed the baby, and walked right through the fire. I'm like,
yeah, I know. Okay, wait. Before we even get there, who leaves a baby unattended in a cabin while your other person's tied up,
You know?
going around town? I was like,
Somebody
She's
who
a
cuckoo
little
for Cocoa
rattled.
Puffs.
She's a little rattled.
like, babies, yeah, they're resilient and everything, and yeah, you're crying, but they need some attention. It's a newborn baby. It's a newer baby.
Even Sierra knew that.
Yeah, hello.
That's why I said last week I don't understand
yeah.
why people decide to kidnap
know.
babies. Like, that's more of a hassle.
Right. I agree.
Anyway, so she comes back, she grabs the baby, sets the cabin on fire, boom. Decides to take the baby back.
Yes.
Because there's
To
no
Abigail.
locks on that house. There's no locks in
It's
that
Salem.
house.
Right.
It's Salem.
It's Salem.
Everybody feels safe for
Yeah,
some
I
reason.
guess so.
No
They
matter
should.
how many kidnappings happen, how many
Right.
fake deaths happen,
Right.
they feel safe.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to put the baby in the crib and I'm
Right.
just going to leave
Walks
and everything
out.
will be fine.
Yeah.
But then I was like, how is Jordan gonna? And then she was like, I found the baby with Ben. But I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then news flash, and she's like, And if I was Abigail, I would have been like,
Bitch, give me my baby.
if you don't give me back my
Exactly.
child.
Give me my baby. Give me my baby.
But I like that. I like the moment of sorry. So while that was going on,
Yes.
Ben gets arrested because they
Yes.
found all the stuff.
Yes.
Gets taken to the station, has the hallucination with Sierra. Sierra and the hallucination Sierra helps him figure out
Put
that
the
is
dots
Jordan.
together, yeah.
He then breaks out of custody
Poor
by
Eli.
hitting over Eli.
I know.
Taking Hope, and I was like, "No, Ben, no, Ben,
He's
no,
desperate.
no, Ben."
He knows.
But I like that he did that, then was able to, and then there was a tussle because Ted saw what was
Yes.
happening with Hope. There was a tussle,
Yes.
and then Ben got away. But then in the square, Ben saw Chad, and I like that even though they've had their tiff, Chad was able to kind of see like,
This is for
okay,
real.
like
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna trust this guy in this moment. Was able to get to the cabin, save Sierra. Chad was able to go back and get the baby from Jordan after convincing her that
He killed her.
that he killed Ben.
And I have to say, I like the fact that it was Chad who realized where they were.
Yeah.
You know, because poor Ben was stupefied. He's like,
He was rattled.
I know it's Jordan, but I have no idea where they
Right,
were
right.
or where they are.
Right.
And Chad's like, I do.
Okay. Right, exactly. On a horse.
Yes.
And I love the moment where, you know, Ben came in to save Sierra and they just realized like their connection and how they kind of helped each other find each other.
Yeah.
My poor girl Hope was like, I got egg on my face. She was like, I got egg on my face.
She did apologize.
She did.
She
She
did.
had
Well,
to.
she had to
Man,
because
finally.
I know.
I think when she got there and was right on Ben again, I'm like, girl,
I thought she
leave
was going to
Ben
shoot somebody. I was
alone.
like, is somebody going to get shot here?
But then I think she finally listened because at first she wasn't believing
Yes.
anything Sierra said, and then she finally listened, and I think she finally saw what they have, and the reason why Sierra is safe is because of Ben.
Yeah.
And I think when she walked over and apologized to him, one, was amazing. Two, when he looked at her and said, I'll understand if you have to press charges for what I did to you and Eli. And she kind of glossed over it, but
Yeah.
then was like, sit here with Sierra.
In the hospital, yeah.
And then there was something she said about like the next day or something, or seeing him
Well,
the
we'll
next
talk
day.
about this.
All of us.
Yeah.
All of it.
Which-
all of us, yeah.
Which alluded to the fact that she was not going to press charges. Like
Yeah.
without
Yeah, I
saying
think
she
so.
wasn't
Yeah, I
going to
think so.
press
Yeah,
charges.
yeah.
But I think for the first time she finally saw Ben.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. And I love the moment. I mean, obviously, when Ben carried Sierra out of the cabin. And first of all, so the fire, did Chad just put out the fire?
No. He
Well,
started to, and then
Okay,
you take
so,
over.
but it wasn't going up in flames as they're having this 10-hour
Right,
conversation
right,
just
right,
outside of the cabin.
Right.
So anyway, that kind of threw me off.
Continuity.
I know. But then, so Hope arrives and Hope says to Sierra, you know, we need to get you to the hospital. You need to get checked out. Can you walk? And Sierra says, you know, yeah, I think I can. And they start to get up, and Ben comes in and scoops her up in his arms.
Very soapy. Love it.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
what did
soapy.
you say? Let's not taking any chances.
He's like, I'm not taking any chances,
taking any
and scooped her
chances.
right up and said, let's go.
Y'all, she was excited.
It was amazing.
It was a very soapy,
Just
great moment.
lift all 14 pounds of her.
Okay, no. I love Victoria. She's like the bomb. She's so beautiful. She's like, tiny. It's like,
But we
oh,
also saw another moment. Ted kiss Hope.
I was happy.
What did you think about
I
that?
see, I know,
I was like applauding him
Yes.
for his bravado.
I said I like Ted and Hope together.
I've always liked them together.
And finally, there's some sparks. Rafe and Hope are dead to me. I know they're not. There's nothing going on there. Dead in the eyes. There's no chemistry. Let's get Ted in there.
At Day of Days, when they did the promo and Ted's coming out of the bathroom in the towel, remember that scene? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, when is coming? I love it. I love it. Yeah.
So I like them together.
And
so
that
I
was
like
good
them.
aim. Like that was a good moment.
Yes, it
It was
was.
very fluid. It was very natural and
And
real.
her- and her-
reaction.
I love the reaction.
Well, you know she held on just for that extra
Okay.
second.
Yeah, she did.
You could see.
I
I
would.
would have.
I would.
At the same time, I would too. I would
Would have
too.
too.
The lady doth protest too
I
much.
think so. I think so.
So a couple of things people are saying in the chat.
Hi, 170 people watching live. That's great.
Yes.
That's great.
Our numbers are getting high. Thank you guys so much
Yes.
for,
Me,
for joining
thank you.
us.
'Cause I'm here. Thank you.
Those were the same numbers last week.
Shady Sunday.
So Scott Holston says, I think they really need to look at recasting Bo.
No.
Landon
No,
Fuller
they can't do
says,
that.
I
No.
think we are starting to see Hope warm up a bit to Ben. I get why Hope has been the way
Yeah,
she
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? But I'm happy Hope will be able to move on to a different story. True.
Yes.
She deserves a different
She
story.
does.
Robin Mahoney, in response to recasting Bo, says, no, we need Peter only.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Agree.
Let's see. Me World 2 said, the fire just decided to die because Sierra wasn't there anymore.
Because I die. That's pretty
Has
funny.
a life of its own.
That's pretty
Like,
funny.
wah, wah,
Annie
wah.
Goen said, poor Sierra's going to have PTSD about cabins for the rest of her
Jeez,
life.
I
now.
know. Hello.
We're not going camping.
No, hello.
Yeah. And everyone's talking about how the fact there were no Salem firefighters that came to
No,
that
no.
fire.
We need some hot firefighters on the show. Folks. Of all races. Let's have like a multiracial fire.
The
fireplace.
United Firefighters of Benetton.
Okay, I'm all for it. I am all for it.
We also had Jordan in nursing scrubs.
Yes.
Oh,
So
Lord.
pulling a Kristen.
Well, the very Friday. Of course, Friday. So knocks
Well-
over,
Well, Kate is drugged into the hospital.
Yeah.
She flatlined.
Yes, flatline.
But then
Yeah.
they glossed over that and then
Sure
she
did.
was
Because they
fine.
didn't know. They were just looking for the drugs, the pills.
Right.
They had no idea about the injection
Syringes.
stuff. Yeah.
So then on Friday, we saw Jordan, pull a Kristen, like you just said,
Yeah.
dress up in the nurse. I thought she was going back to finish
Kate.
off Kate.
Me too.
Yeah.
But no.
But nope, she was like, I'm not done with my little brother.
And let's talk about that scene with her and Rex.
Oh, yeah.
Because
okay.
that was a big reveal scene.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
When she puts her hair up in the bun and he makes that comment of, oh, do you mind me asking what that scar is? Revealing she was in a terrible car accident
Yeah.
about a year ago and
Yep.
things have never gone right since.
But also this week, I looked at the character of Rex and I was like, you know what? You're just like a little lost puppy. You just go up to people and you're just like, what's wrong with you?
And he kind of ticked me off because it's like, look, you have Sarah waiting for you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, why are you starting up this conversation and just kind of dragging it out?
And then it almost makes it seem like, oh, so is this pairing going to happen?
Right.
Because now while you're out here doing this, Sarah and Eric are back at home doing that. And the scene is set. Romantic dinner.
Right.
Oh, go eat together. Flowers. Oh,
With their
great
croquant
conversation.
or what were they eating?
I don't know, but I'll tell you. We can tell story and I'll tell you how I feel about that one, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really on that with storyline. to be honest.
Well, that was it
That was it.
with that storyline.
Yeah.
Moving on to Chad and Abigail.
Yes.
I like the fact that they wrapped up this whole
Yes.
Charlotte storyline.
Yes.
I like the fact that Abigail has finally forgiven Chad.
Amen.
And the conversation between Abigail and Kate was interesting. Kate brought up Lucas brought up Austin and Carrie,
Right.
Austin and Carrie,
Austin and Billy.
Yes.
being kidnapped by Curtis.
Yes, and how she understands what she's going through.
Losing a child.
Love
Yeah.
it. Great
Right.
use of history.
Yeah.
Great use of
Yeah.
history. She's like, no, I actually do understand what you're going through. It's like she does.
Yeah, and so that was a great moment, and it was a great for Chad to see that moment between them.
Yes.
And Abby apologized.
Yes. Yes.
Which was-
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
Big of her.
I just, and we already know Billy Flynn's leaving, so I mean, it's not a secret or anything. But I love him and Lauren Koslow. Their chemistry is so wonderful together as Kate and Chad. They're just they're so good together. They play out. And when he says, "I know you really was," like he just knew that you really wanted to help her. It's like he gets her. He's pissed off at her.
But he'll always love her.
But I'll always love her.
Always.
She's like the mother he only really knows at this point.
Yeah.
Mother figure, I guess. But they're just their chemistry. I just want to say their chemistry as actors is off the charts in terms of like mother son ish kind of stuff. I like her with him more than her own children half the time. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
agree.
yeah.
She has such a care, excuse me, for Chad.
Yes, I agree.
That
Totally agree.
I appreciate.
I'm gonna
so.
miss that. So I think
Yeah.
it's really good.
And that's pretty much all that happened with them.
They wrapped it up.
Chloe, Brady, and Stefan, and
Yes.
I'm gonna dash Gabby in there just to get Gabby out of the way.
Yeah.
Gabby is all about making sure Gabby
dollars.
Chic is taken care of, and she's like, "Listen, I'm the only one around here who's actually concerned about Demerit Enterprises. So what I'm gonna need for you to do is sign this so that Gabby Chic can." And Stefan still has this whole thing against Gabby, and I'm like, Stefan, be like Elsa. Lego.
There you go. Be like, Elsa.
Lego.
Jeez.
Can't
don't
hold
know.
Gabby Chic anymore.
Part of me feels that he can't let it go because Gabby would kill him in his sleep if she could.
Rightfully so, though.
When he was telling her about the two guys that were holding, him and Chloe at gunpoint, and thinking, did you hire these two guys to come after? And she's like, if I had,
First of all,
they would have finished
Right,
the job.
I know.
first of all, you missed the shade in that comment from Stefan. Stefan said they were Mexican.
Yes.
Did you send them?
Yeah.
And
I was like,
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I caught that. No, I caught
Oh
it.
my God.
and Gabby was like, boo. If I sent somebody to kill you, trust and believe it wouldn't have gone through your arm as a flesh wound.
Exactly.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
right.
she
so good
said.
at it.
No, I didn't even catch that.
Okay, so here's James Lott Jr.'s rant number one. 5,000. I almost hate that we know stuff that people are leaving the show. So it's hard for me to invest in anything
Exactly.
of Stefan and Chloe. They're great. I kind of like the
They're
pairing.
great.
And they look good. They look good together. Of
He
course.
has chemistry with everyone.
He does, and
Yeah.
so it's sad because we know she's leaving, and so Nadia Bjorn is leaving, and Nadia's just beautiful and talented, and I'm just sad because I'm like, well, I can't I'm not gonna get really invested in them.
Yep.
I just can't. It's hard. It's hard for me as a viewer. Some of you guys have to think the same way. It's hard to get invested when you know a little too much when it's been revealed that someone's leaving. I'm liking the storyline. I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And to piggyback off of that, there was a tweet over the weekend to show us like a spoiler, and one of the fans mentioned like, oh, they don't really like spoilers, and we don't. That's why we don't talk about them.
Right.
That's why when you guys message us and tweet us and all that kind of stuff of what's coming up beyond the next week, we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you guys have to understand there has to remain an element of surprise.
Yes.
Because the show, you have to think about this show. The show is not going to survive if y'all already know what's going to happen in 6 months.
Right.
If you are already leaking, oh, I heard that so and so is leaving, or I picked up on this, and da 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 da. Then there's no point, as you said, to be invested in the show anymore if we just have, and it's no shade to the fans who are into it.
Right.
But it's not for everybody.
Right.
Sometimes we like the element of surprise. Like I don't know if I've said on the show already, I don't like the fact that I already know that, and they've already done this on Soap Opera Digest and also on the Dual app, that Ari Zucker's coming back.
Right.
Nicole.
I
And
was
it's like,
so
I don't want to know
disappointed.
that.
I know.
I
know.
I want to be surprised
Yes.
that she's coming back, because now as a viewer, what you're doing is you're trying to figure out, like which way are they going to go in order to, you know what I mean?
You're not in the moment. You're
Right.
not enjoying it as
So,
it's unfolding.
Spoilers only help those people who are nosy enough to like want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And as fans, I urge you guys just to wait.
They're not gonna wait.
Come up with your own thoughts as to what you think are going to happen, and be surprised whether you're right or you're wrong.
And you know, back in the day, there was no social media
I know.
leaking all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Back in the old days.
And if you had a radio show or, you know, a TV show that was week to week, you couldn't wait for the next week to
Right.
see what was going to
Right.
happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I want. And so these, like, you know, going back to what you guys are saying.
But even back in the day, I remember this when I took the NBC tour years ago, people who in the soap world used to take that tour to walk by the wardrobe department. Because sometimes if you walk by the wardrobe department, you could see if a dress was stained, if a wedding dress was being made, or something
Pregnancy
like that.
thing,
Yes.
yes.
So that you can
Yes.
speculate, like, what's going to happen. And they were able to catch spoilers that way.
Yeah. But so going to the storyline, it's just kind of sad to me because I'm like, and I know that, you know, Tyler Christopher's leaving too. I know Brandon Barash is coming on. Of course, I'm a General Hospital person, so I'm happy to see him come on. I think he'll do a great job. But it's like this pairing of these two people actually works for me, and I can't get invested really.
I know.
Yeah.
The taping schedule, you guys are saying in the chat, it is crazy. They tape farther advanced than any of those soaps. The other soaps are like 3 to 5
months?
weeks, 3 to 5 weeks.
Okay.
This one's 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy.
I'm surprised they've kept that schedule.
Me too. I mean, it must be cost effective for them or something. There must be something going on. But there's production, folks. I mean, we're just saying all this. I know there's production things, and that's kind of what's going on there.
Back to Days.
Yes.
So I like the fact that Brady and Chloe just had a discussion about, you know, the safety of Chloe and the kids. And
their friendship.
Yes, and I love how anxious Brady was to save Chloe, and Chloe was like, "No, I got it. Like, we're gonna move into the DeMera mansion." And then, you know, Brady's kind of like, "Huh?" And I like the fact that Chloe was just like, "I don't want to live with you, and this is why." And she's been the only person in Brady's life that has been level-headed enough to be like, "I see where this is going." The problem is we both mess up.
Yes.
And I don't want to mess up our friendship.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go that way. You gonna go that way. And we gonna remain friends.
Yes.
I love that moment that Chloe
I
had.
did too.
Okay, so now with this, because then we saw how she was like with Stefan.
Yes.
Not knowing what we know.
Yeah.
Would you be for Chloe team Brady or team Stefan?
I would like a triangle. Classic soap triangle. Draw me in both. Make me, one is history, one is new, one's a bad boy, one's trouble. Give me a classic soap opera triangle.
You know, I like Chloe and Stefan because Chloe has seen a side of Stefan that not many people have. You know, of him risking his life, you know, for her. I mean, it's going down that whole connection route. So I would say Chloe and Stefan.
I say Chloe and Stefan.
I'm seeing a little bit of both in the chat room.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I say Chloe and Stefan because you know who it reminds me of?
Pray tell.
Maggie and Victor.
Okay.
How very level-headed Maggie is.
Yes.
Chloe is very much the same way when she's not stealing somebody's baby.
Well, you know. Yeah.
But
Steal a few
she's
babies.
very, like, matter-of-fact. And Stefan is so, like, in control and, like, snap his fingers and things happen to where I think she could pull a Maggie on him and be like, okay, listen, summer down. So it kind of reminds me of that.
Okay.
That
Well, everybody in terms like they're kind of going for all three, a triangle, one or the other. And then,
I
of course,
love a triangle.
Then Marlon Wallace was like, no, neither. He's like, neither. Go on, Marlon. Work it
Dang.
out. You work it out. Shady Sunday.
Shady Sunday. But you know, I'm interested to see where that goes. But speaking of where things go, James Lott Jr., where should the people go when it pertains to AfterBuzz TV?
Well, you know, before we go on to our next topic, of course, we wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. So I know most of you guys are on YouTube right now, so wait till the show's over, of course. But then go back and then go under Days of Our Lives After Show, DISHIN Days. on AfterBuzz TV Dramas. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, on iTunes, go same thing. Days of Our Lives After Show, Dishin Days. Please give us those 5-star ratings. Say how much you love James Lott Jr. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can. James Lott Jr. You know who I am. You know who I is. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in this conversation. Why did I come back here? But being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate your supporting us and doing what we love. I mean, actually, we really do. I mean, I'm reading this script, but we really do. And tell anybody who is a Days of Our Lives fan, tell them about this show. I'm not here every week, obviously, but these fine folks are giving up their Sundays to give you the best in talk of the week in Salem that was. Tell your friends, go to YouTube, go to iTunes, like, subscribe, follow, and give the 5 stars, and keep enjoying our shows.
This announcement brought to you by the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV. Just a couple of comments in the chat room. Daquan says, I just want Chloe to be happy. Hashtag Team Chloe. Sarah Yu says Chloe is perfect with both of them. PB
That's a good point.
Brought up some history and said, remember when Marlena was helping Stefano after the possession? She started actually liking him. This is what reminds me of the Chloe-Stefan relationship.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hi, Christian Chevalier. Is it Chevalier? Chevalier? Am I saying it French? Cavalier? Chevalier?
Kristen Chevalier
Chevalier?
says, can I get a shout out in the studio? First time live, long time watcher.
Oh.
Shout out to the Christian who's watching us for the first time.
Just say you came back because of me, because I'm here.
Here she goes.
I love you too, Mike Bowman. Thank you.
Here she goes.
Isn't Tony's hair cute, though? It looks really good.
Thank you.
It's popping.
Break up with your girlfriend. yeah, because I'm bored. Sorry, I have Ariana Grande stuck in my head.
I love it.
All right, let's get into some tidbits.
Yes.
And then hopefully we can take just a couple of phone calls if we play this right.
Yeah.
All right, so the first tidbit, what y'all don't know is that secretly I had to restart my computer because the Wi-Fi
so
had went
sly.
out.
You
But here we go.
So sly and slick. I can't stand it.
What a professional.
JJ, Haley, Jack, and Eve. No. Here's the thing.
Tell me.
We like the fact that Jack has been able to connect with JJ.
Yes. I'm there.
What I'm struggling with is that the connection might be broken because Jack dropped the bomb that he knows something about an immigrant
Yes.
situation with JJ. Eve is trying to dive deeper into it in hopes of that being his point for mayor. JJ is struggling because he broke Haley's trust because he told Jack. And you can just see the car being driven and know that it's about to hit the fan.
I remember the argument between Jack and Jennifer was trying to convince him that Eve was using him, and Jack got all defensive and said, do you not think that I understand Eve, that she's using me? Do you not think I'm smart enough to know that? And here he goes, spilling all this mess about JJ and the whole illegal immigrant situation. I was furious.
Wait, Marlon Wallace? I may have to give you a 3 Snaps award just for this comment. Marlon Wallace said, I don't get why Haley just doesn't get a student visa.
Right. Hello.
She's not a student.
Well, when she was.
Yeah. She went to nursing school.
She had to go to nursing school.
Yeah, but
That could have transferred into a work visa.
work visa, you're right.
I love that
You're right.
Jinx 1599 Abel called me the new guy. I love it. I've never been new in
It's a new
anything.
phase.
I'm an old guy,
He's
actually.
a fresh face.
They haven't
They don't know me.
seen.
I know.
Are,
You're
are,
right. You're absolutely right.
Are we team Haley and JJ?
Okay.
There
Because
she
you
goes.
guys spoke. This is my random 535. First of all, I think the storyline's a snooze. I don't think they're gonna do it even correctly. It's immigrant storyline. Okay, come on. Number one. Number two, I like Jack running for mayor. I like that Eve is on his side. I like that part. I don't mind JJ and Haley, but I'm just not excited about them. I'm not excited.
I like it.
I don't know. I'm just not excited. And I love JJ. I'm just not. And she's fine. And great to have some Asians on daytime, but that's fine. But other than that, I'm like bored.
Yeah, cause I'm bored. All right, so there's that. We'll see how that unfolds.
Yes.
John, Diana,
yeah,
and
that's okay,
Marlena.
yeah.
She looks so amazing.
She does.
Judith. Oh my
It does,
God.
yeah.
That red silk.
Oh, she's the bomb.
Oh,
Oh, she's the bomb.
Oh my God,
She's the
she
bomb.
looks so
Yes,
good.
I agree.
You just picture her like at the beginning of like Dynasty
Yes. Oh, yeah.
or Falcon
yeah.
Crest.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Or
agree.
like, you
I
know,
agree.
some viral video about like this rich white woman that lives in the hills that
With
like
the big hair.
like she walks in and she goes, "Good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Tea."
Okay.
You know, she's like that woman.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
she's
me.
that woman.
For having me.
Okay. So
Yes.
the conversation with John and Diana. 2 questions.
Yes.
Do we like that Leo is potentially the son of John?
Air quotes, folks. So I guess on iTunes I'm doing air quotes.
Okay, wait, let's go back. Do you believe that
No.
Leo?
No.
You don't
No.
believe
Too
it?
easy. It's too easy.
No.
It's just too small. Yeah, okay, he's your son. I'll avoid all this. I'm like, that's a little too easy, Diana. I don't know if it's true or not.
If
But-
it is the truth, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, same thing.
I don't want to go down that road.
Another child.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
But it's kind of like, why you always lying, Diana? Why you lying? Like
Dishin Days is a musical.
It is
It is
today.
today.
It is today.
Yeah, cause I'm bored.
Oh my God.
My first thought when she said yes, he's yours. I did the biggest.
Yeah, exactly.
Eye
Like,
roll.
really?
That was an eye roll for
But
our
I-
podcast
Yes,
people.
exactly.
I feel like this is just another dot, and it'll all connect.
No, I agree. No, I agree with that too. I mean, but I still think we shouldn't believe that it's his child.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's just
It's
too.
too-
Yeah.
Which is why I'm glad you didn't say anything to Marlena.
Ooh.
What?
I went into the chat and there's just no, Leo's not John.
Yeah, okay.
Look at all that.
Leo's Ted's son.
no.
Okay.
That hurt my feelings.
Okay.
Gee.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees it's not John's.
Yeah. No.
Not John's.
And then John and Marlena had a romantic
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
fine.
thing at
That's
the
fine.
pub.
And let's
he
touch
tried to
really
tell her.
briefly the Valentine's Day poll on the Duel app. You know, Jarlena won.
Yeah, Johnny
You
won.
know, but you know, the sinship was right up
Oh, they're right there.
against them, and it kind of reminds me, or not reminds me, like maybe the sin ship has that kind of longevity. As
I'm an old person, and I'm older, and I've been watching Days for 40 years at this point, 45 some odd years at this point, and I love the fact that an older couple is still considered sexy and
Powerful.
hot and powerful.
It's powerful.
And the fans voted for
There were
them.
over 1 million votes.
Right. To me,
You know, not to say everyone voted once.
Everything-
Everyone voted multiple times.
life
but-
happens after 30, 40, and 50, folks.
Amen.
You ain't never lied. All right.
Exactly.
Moving on to another couple, Will, Sonny, and Leo. Real quick, the only thing that happened,
They were bad.
Leo is still after the D.
Yes.
If you don't know what the D is, look it
Look
up
it
in
up.
the Urban Dictionary.
That's right.
Still ain't getting it. And Sonny whisked Will away for a little romantic getaway
Yeah.
at the Salem Inn.
Yeah. That's fine. That's all it was. No, I'm never in bed.
Yeah.
Well, I loved Gabby
Oh, yeah. To Leo.
with Leo with the big old
Oh,
Valentine.
yeah. She's like,
That was a great moment.
yeah,
I
that was
loved
good. That
it.
was fun. Gabby's working it out. Camila Banus is working it out.
Yeah.
Show
She is.
Camila.
She's like, let's be clear.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
be clear about something.
Listen,
here.
the
You're gonna have to
daddies
go
of my
through
children,
me.
my daughter. The daddies of
I
my
love
daughter.
that
Yes, she's
moment.
working it out. Mhm.
And then lastly, we have Sarah, Rex, and Eric, which we already kind of touched on.
Snooze.
I just realized Rex seems like one of those like I want to be the Prince Charming and rescue all the damsels in distress.
Yes.
And he reminds me of that guy that like outer he's like or he seems like the perfect guy.
Good on paper.
Good on paper, but can't really get it together. Like the
No.
whole dinner
Yes.
thing with Sarah, like how he burnt the cake,
Yes.
how he was like, "Hey, dude, set up this and blah blah blah." Like, I'll be right back. He's almost like that. Like if this were like a teen '90s movie, he's like the football jock who talks the nerd into like setting up this epic date, but the nerd actually really likes the head cheerleader.
Yeah.
But the jock got all the credit, while the nerd stood on the sidelines like, "Yay."
Yeah. I love me some, Lindsay Goffrey's my friend, so I love me some Sarah, of course.
I do love Lindsay
and,
Goffrey.
and Lindsay's the bomb. She is the bomb. And in real life, she's the bomb.
Yeah.
But on the show, she's so gangster on the show. I find she's ghetto and
Yeah.
gangster, and I love me some Lindsay.
fantastic.
I'm so glad this soap snapped her up because she was so good on Bold and Beautiful, too.
Yes.
She's so good. And she was in
I miss caroling.
And she was on Bold Breakdown with me, so I was much. But, and I like Eric, of course, and I like Rex. And it's funny, I know all three. We all know all three people in real life in this triangle. But I just think it's too soon. Now we know that Nicole's coming back too. It's like it's too soon.
That's
to...
another thing. If we
Right.
didn't know that
Yes.
Nicole was coming back, I
Right.
would be totally into
Right.
this.
It's like,
but
so
I'm not as invested.
Exactly. I'm not as invested. That's why I'm not as invested. I know. Just like.
Because I like Sarah and Eric.
Me too. I like him too. But it's just that I can't get invested. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, that has been your week of days, and now it's time for our segments, and we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. All right, so first off, there are a couple of honorable mentions.
Ooh, okay.
The first honorable mention goes to Chloe, who put Brady in his place and was like, listen, I don't want to live with you.
Okay.
The second honorable mention goes to Jordan for her, I got to put the groceries down, I got to drug you.
Yeah.
But then this moment happened, and I was like, this is my 3 Snaps Award, is when your lover comes in and rescues you from yet another burning cabin, and he whisks you outside, and without taking any chances, whether you feel good or not to walk, he scoops you up in his arms, lifts him up, looks at your mother and says, I'm not taking any chances. I said, yes, Ben! You better make sure Sierra is good! So, Robert Scott Wilson, for scooping up your lady, gets Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snaps.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Yes.
All right.
That's a good one.
And now it's time for...
Designer Days.
Fashion. Elegance. Oh, George Michael.
Miss him.
Designer Days.
So this was a tough week to choose because Gabby, Sarah, there were some really
Cute
wonderful.
outfits.
Kudos to the wardrobe department this week. 'Cause you guys really kicked butt, but I had to give it to Lauren Koslow. I love this outfit, and I had to include the little pulling out the needle
Yes.
moment because it was hysterical. You
Yes.
kept bringing that up. But I think what I love most about Lauren's outfit is with the leather jacket, she had an expandable like belt that really accentuated everything. And at first I didn't know if it was part of the outfit, but I think it was a separate accessory, which is a great idea. I'm going out and I'm buying a couple of expandable, elastic belts to just kind of accentuate the waistline.
And that pattern looked really good on her.
The
It did.
plaid
Oh, it did.
with the solid pleather or leather jacket.
Yeah.
Absolutely love this. So
I
it's
agree.
going to Miss Lauren Koslow. Kate, you get Designer Days.
And that has been...
Designer Days.
Yes, you
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Come on, DJ Josh.
Okay, make remix.
And of course, it hasn't been around for a while.
Long time.
But because he's live in the studio, it's now time for... Look who's related.
I love that. I've been so long. Hi, you guys. Okay, we're going to show the picture. Okay, this has been bugging me to death, and I brought it up online a few weeks ago. Eli Grant and Hope Williams. They're not cousins. Someone said, oh, they're cousins. They're not cousins, folks. They are actually, okay, here's the deal. I'll do this really quick for you guys. It's like the old days. Julie and Hope have the same mother, Addie Horton. That was the same mother. So that's Eli's great-grandmother, okay? David is Julie's son and Hope's half-brother. So,
Okay.
and Eli's the son of David. So Eli's the son of David and Julie, grandson of Addie. Hope is the daughter of Addie, which makes her their aunt and nephew. But because of Doug marrying Julie, they're step-siblings.
Wow.
So they're aunt and nephew biologically, and step-siblings through marriage. So that's what they are to each other. They're not cousins. They're not, this way. They are actually closely related. And I wish they actually did more. Occasionally they kind of say, well,
They
we're
never
family.
talk- yeah.
They never talk about it. It's just he calls her commissioner. It's kind of funny. But, like, that's your Aunt Hope. So that's your look who's related, folks, because I'm like, hello.
And that has been... Look who's related. And because you guys have asked for it and because we've got time to do it,
Yes.
we are taking your phone calls. You can call us live here in the studio at 424-354-8302. Again, that's 424-354-8302. Call in, talk to us, let us know what you thought about this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. Call in, talk to us, we here. And while we wait for your phone calls, we are going to give you a sneak peek as to what's going to happen on next week's episodes of days of our lives.
I'm yours, and I'll never doubt you again.
Chad and Abigail are back together.
Oh.
Marry me.
Yes.
Oh.
It's your daughter's wedding. You have to be there.
Oh, snap. Oh, it's all right.
We're good.
Well, we'll take it and go back.
we'll go back.
Okay, we'll go back.
Live TV, folks. Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Mike Riley.
Hey.
Mike Riley.
Oh, Mike Riley.
That sexy voice.
I just
Oh.
wanted to call in really just to say hi to James because I haven't spoken to
Yeah.
him. in such a
I
long
know,
time, so-
Mike Riley.
Oh, so that's it. You just want to
so
call
nice
and
to
just
see
say
you.
hi to James. You don't
That's
want to
right.
call and say hi to anybody else. You
That's
just want
me.
to call and say hi to James.
That's right. For me. That's right.
I wanted to give a special hi to James. The rest of you get your normal I love you, I love you, I love you.
Yes. Yes.
You're
You get
all
a
good.
special one.
I'll
I
take
have
it.
something really unpopular to say.
Say
Oh.
it. Please say Shady Sunday. Say it.
No, I think I'm really in the minority. I am not a Ben and Sierra fan.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
No, and
Thank
this
you.
is- and this is
Next.
Tell
Why.
us.
This is why. Please. I'm gonna Michelle Visage it. Let me tell you why.
I love it.
Because the victims of Ben are Sierra, Tripp, and Claire's cousins. So the fact that they just threw him into that grouping of individuals, for me, is sloppy. I mean, I understand that because Tripp was Sierra's boyfriend and Ben is fixated on Sierra, he's going to have some opposition to Tripp, but he should be kissing each of their ass, begging for forgiveness, because that's their family members that he set on fire, murdered, potentially murdered, etc., etc. So for me, it's just a mismatch. That's not the grouping that he should have been put in. I understand that the actors have chemistry, Ben and Sierra, but it's just you just kind of it's just not a match for me, and that's the reason why.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's legitimate.
Okay.
That's totally legitimate.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we just a fan with open arms. Just
No,
a fan with open arms.
Goodbye, Mike.
That's totally legitimate. And there's people, because another soap on General Hospital is a storyline with this Franco and Liz thing.
Exactly.
And it's the same kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
so I get why folks are against it. Even though it's a popular
I'm
pairing.
against that pairing too.
Yeah, that pairing too,
It
right.
either resonates with you or it doesn't.
Right.
So,
right,
yeah.
Right. I get it.
The man known for playing a rapist and the girl that got raped in the park.
Right.
Great pairing.
Right, exactly right.
All right.
So I get it. I totally get it. I get it.
So that's it. I just wanted to share my unpopular opinion.
I love it.
Sorry, guys.
Well, it's
a
all
downer
right.
this week.
You know, it's your opinion.
Your
whether it's
prerogative.
right or wrong, it's yours.
But on a positive note, before I go, Mark's not there.
Oh my
Dang.
God, that's so funny.
I'm kidding.
Shady
Shady Sundays.
Shady Sunday. I love it. Thank
Mike
you, Mike
Riley, thank you for
We love
calling in
you.
as
Thank
always. We
you.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I love Mike.
Bye.
Oh,
All right. Oh, let's take this caller.
Dude.
Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, are they gone? Oh, there we go. Well, we'll take that one. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? It's Jacob from Texas.
Hey,
How's
Jacob.
everybody doing
Hi,
today?
Jacob.
Jacob.
We're great,
Yes.
Jacob. What did you think about this week's episodes of Days?
I thought this week's episodes were really good. I liked the Jordan scenes. Like, for Thursday and Friday, I thought they really picked up. I think she's adding a little spice to crazy Jordan, but maybe she's acting all loony because of the car accident, supposedly.
Yeah.
It's funny that they brought up the car accident just like on Friday. When we seen that scar, like when she first came on, it's like all down her neck. It's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Well, with the long
And
hair,
then
it's hard to
also-
see.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
go ahead. I was gonna say, and with Kate, I really enjoyed seeing, like you guys said, it's kind of like we're seeing the old Kate, because here lately she's supposed to be kind of like Kate, like 0.2, like we're seeing the old Kate, the more feisty Kate. I really enjoyed it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Well, thank you, Jacob, for.
And then-
Oh, go ahead.
And then one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing about the John thing. I know that Leo or Matthew's not John, but doesn't John Robichaux have too many kids in film anyway?
Yes.
I hear you.
So
Preach.
I just thought that was crazy. I just wanted to say you guys are doing a good job. And happy anniversary, James at AfterBuzz.
Thank you.
Thank
you very
thanks,
much.
Jacob.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye. We have time for one more caller. You are our lucky last caller. You are on live with AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Kimberly from Maryland.
Hey, Kimberly from Maryland.
Kimberly from Maryland.
What are your thoughts on this week?
It was good. I just hate when people get on Ben for being a serial killer. Yeah, he's a serial killer, but so is half the town has killed people, raped people.
Okay.
Salem isn't innocent.
She killed Stefano.
Yeah.
But she's good friends with Chad.
Okay. Oh, so okay, you're this Kimberly because I was just gonna say Kimberly Howard in the chat made a good point and saying Hope killed Stefano, but she's still friendly with Chad. That's how I read it.
Yeah. I thought you read it.
And she's related to Abigail's baby, who's also Stefano's relative. That would be his grandchild.
Yes. yes. That's right, girl.
You are spot on. See, but I
Jack
feel
raped Kayla, but he's over at Christmas dinner. Stuff on the Horton tree.
Wait. Kimberly, just for me. Say that again.
Jack raped Kayla, but he's at the Horton's house for Christmas hanging up the Christmas tree bulb, so everybody does stuff.
The Horton ornaments.
And still commit crime.
That's right, girl.
Kimberly,
Shady Sunday.
You are my new favorite.
Okay.
I love it. But you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I think that's why they have those moments of redemption for the characters so that we can kind of wash away their sins
Which they've
and
done
like
so
have they
well.
moved on.
Yes.
Yeah.
It all started with Luke Spencer all those years ago on General
Exactly.
Hospital. He raped
Exactly.
Laura.
Yeah.
Then they fell in love with the
And
biggest.
they're the most iconic pairing
ever.
in soap
The
history,
biggest episodes
so
of daytime ever history. So
what is that?
It started with him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Kimberly.
I watched General Hospital too, and I love Luke and Laura. And I hate it when they like revisit that and they brought it up.
Yes.
Like for the parents who didn't actually see the rape, bringing it up and talking about it, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree.
Oh.
No need.
Well, thank you, Kimberly, for calling in and making some valid points. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great week.
That is.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Good. That was good. That
So
was
good. That's a good one to end on.
Yeah.
But before all these phone calls, we were going to show you a sneak peek. So we're going to go over here and show you what is going to happen on this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives because I'm pretty sure that it's going to be real good.
Real spicy.
Real good. We already saw that it had something to do with the love of Chad and Abigail.
Because we know why.
So
sad.
I'm glad they brought up the scar again for Jordan because now it makes sense why she's gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, I don't think that's the preview, Josh. You may have to click back and cue it up again, or hit the back button on the thing.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good romantic week, I guess, next week.
Yeah,
for them.
Yeah,
coming off of Valentine's.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely gonna be
because there was no Valentine's stuff really besides
except
Sonny
for
and
John and Marlena
and Sonny and Will.
Will.
Oh,
That's true.
they like the only person. There were 3 people who mentioned Valentine's Day: Diana.
Oh, right.
That's right.
Will and Sonny, and John and Marlena. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else glossed over Valentine's
They sure
Day.
did.
Like normally, I feel like Days would do like, here's a box of chocolate, or like here's a flower. They were like, nope, we got too much stuff going on.
Okay.
We are just going to deal. So nope, that ain't it, Josh.
Oh.
Just copy and paste the link again.
Yeah. Even though I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day.
Oh, there it is. That's it.
But here we go.
That's it right there, Josh. All right, so now we have the preview.
Yes.
Marry me. Will you?
Yes. It's your daughter's wedding. You have to be there.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay, pantsuit.
Love like ours really does only come once in a lifetime. I have something to say.
Excuse you?
It better be a memory because that's just rude.
Shout out to the little boy that plays Thomas.
Yeah, he's cute.
His name is Asher. He actually follows us on
hi.
social media.
Oh,
So
hi.
shout out to
Hi,
Asher.
Hi,
That's
Asher.
funny. I love his name.
Yeah, me too.
And like literally in the eyes, he looks like Billy. They both have those really
yeah,
piercing
the
blue eyes.
I agree.
All right, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's us. But hey, y'all, if you're in the chat, stick around because Bold Breakdown is coming up right after this. In fact, we got to wrap up real quick so they can get started. So James Lott Jr., let the folks know where they can stalk you.
Hi, you can follow me on all social media platforms where James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. everywhere. And I have a new song out called I Will Make It Through. Talks about what I went through with a group called Chog. It's out right now on SoundCloud, but we released on March 7th.
What the Barry White are we doing now?
Living word.
Yes, exactly.
What isn't he doing?
Exactly.
And you can find me on social media, Twitter at Tami Goveia, Insta, Facebook, Tami Goveia Official.
And you can find all of us on Instagram and Facebook, Dishin Days, or on Twitter, _Dishin Days, the ad is implied. Or you can find little old me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another full recap of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Bye, everybody.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.